Three principles for deep flexibility training and neurosystem hacking. Breathe to relax. If you can get your breath under control, you can get your nervous system under control. 5 breaths a minute is great for this practice. Inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 8. Number 2, wet noodle. Muscles that are relaxed stretch better than muscles that are not relaxed. In fact, they use the same fibers. Relaxing is the opposite of stretching. Not to say you don't sometimes use some force, but for the most part, wet noodle, relax. And time, passive tension over time, 2 to 5 minutes. Why 2 to 5 minutes? 2 minutes is enough time for your nervous system to calm down and for you to make sustained change to the ability of your sarcomeres, the muscle fibers, to express themselves a little better. After 5 minutes, for most things, law of diminishing returns. You might want to do something else. Now, I regularly do hip exercises longer because the hips are really tight, and I've flown airplanes for 20 years, 40 weeks a year, which meant I was in tight shape seats for hours and hours and hours. So, those three principles, if you embody those three principles, you can pretty much figure out a stretch for any part of your body. Now, a couple other things. Thing one, if your back is tight, it's probably your front. May not be, it could actually be something else, but a legitimate candidate for tight lower back, stretch your front. You sit all day, you're shortening your hip flexors right here. You stand up, your hip flexors are pulling you forward. So what happens right there? So tight hip flexors cause problems in your lower back. How would you do a hip flexor stretch? Now, I just did a hamstring stretch. I'll show you a hip flexor stretch, a good one. Pigeon is a great hip flexor stretch. Okay, another good one, blaster. Gives you a different stretch, but it's another excellent stretch. Notice what I'm doing is I'm taking my one leg, the back leg in this case, the left leg, and I'm doing an extension. This leg happens to be in flexion because the joint's closing. This is extension, and then I'm letting it drop, and I'm just letting my hip stretch. Another thing that we talked about, actually that I did last night, it was last night, is jackknife blaster right there. And again, the secret here is to get this to drop and really get a nice big stretch there. However, I am distracted because the first pose I just did was an asymmetrical pose, and that means there's two of them. So I'm just doing a little bit of light stretching before I go to bed. I've done more than enough stretching this week, probably too much, but I still like to do a little bit to wind down. So why 5 breaths a minute? Why at 4-8? If you breathe 5 breaths a minute, inhale for 6, exhale for 6, inhale for 5, hold 1, exhale for 5, hold 1, 4, 4, 4, 4, whatever. You're going to be getting a reasonable amount of oxygen into your system, and it will tend to cause your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems to balance out. So if you're a little upregulated, if you're a little bit agitated, it'll calm you down. If you're a little bit tired, it'll bring sort of back to center. When you exhale longer than you inhale, you slowly reduce your heart rate. If you've heard of heart rate variability, when you inhale, your heart rate variability, or rather, your heart rate increases slightly. When you exhale, your heart rate decreases slightly. So if you exhale longer, slowly over time, you will calm yourself down. Now, why is calming yourself down important? Well, your muscles don't really want to stretch. They just soon do nothing. Once they stretch, they're good, but they just don't wanna. And so you have to basically say, "Hey, this comfortable thing that I'm doing right now, I got it." What we're really doing is we are training our autonomic system through a combination of breath work and conscious effort. We're putting ourselves into a place of mild discomfort so that muscles have a reason to stretch because gravity's doing the work. We're doing that with intention, and then we're being patient and just letting it happen. And during that time, your body's like, no, I don't want to do this, but I can do it. I don't want to do it. And you're using your conscious effort and intention to retrain train your system. And that's where we're talking about nervous system hacking. Just breath work alone, 5 breaths a minute, is an amazing thing to learn how to do. Expand your belly when you breathe, really big. Expand your belly because you stimulate your vagus nerve. Right. Come out of these poses slowly. So last night, I needed a pad for my knee, and I came out of a pose really quick to get one, and I mildly pulled my hamstring, right hamstring, just a little bit. It's not bad at all. I caught it in time and I stretched, but come out of these poses slowly. Just don't be don't be like me. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. The one I was really going to start with was this one. All right, knees together. My ankles are pointing, plantar flexion. Sure what that looks like. Looks like this. But actually, I'll go ahead and do this. I'm taking my knees apart and I'm allowing my bottom to slide between. And I'm getting a nice stretch here. I'm also going into hyperflexion in my knees. This is really good for your knees, but be careful. Come to it slowly. It took me months to get to the point where I could reliably do even this. And I've been practicing this for now years, 4 years or something like that on a weekly basis. If you take the long run, you can completely change yourself and be more you than you can imagine. The person I am today would absolutely think that I am the same person as I was 10 years ago. The person that I was 10 years ago would think I am full of crap. Hello, kitty. Where you at? Hi, Chess. Come here. I think I'm off the screen. Yeah, I am. My head's off the screen, buddy. Hmm. Now, on this one, when I come out, I need to lift up a little bit, get the pressures off the knee, get the pressures, the pressures and the fumes off the knees, and then let blood flow back into them. And then I can come forward and actually extend my knees. Now, I wasn't in that one for very long, but even still, I'm going to do it. Mm. Okay, now, what I've been doing lately a bunch is the following one, and it has done, and this is actually an excellent hip flexor pose. Just, you might hate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the tabletop and put my knee on this pad and my other knee on this pad. And I'm going to have my feet on the ground. Now, actually, I'm going to show you what this looks like with a little bit of support. I'm not going to use this, but so I'm taking my feet and I'm rotating them out, and however open my hips are, my feet reflect my knees. Right. So I'm doing that on the ground is what we're going to be doing, and then once I've done this, I'm coming into a squat. This is takes a little bit of balance here. And actually, ooh, I'm doing this. And actually, okay, this is unplanned, but this is perfect. I'm going to stay right here for a second. Oh, this is this is my OnlyFans. I'm sorry. This is just silly. Yeah. Oh man, this is. I don't know if this looks like much, but it is much. That's one of my favorite phrases. Apparently, I say that all the time. Yeah. But this is pretty good. But the other pose on the ground, this I'm having to sort of work to keep balance. That's actually a lot harder than what I'm going to do instead. So that's the intention of the pose. And again, it's hitting right here on the hip flexors. And so for me, I find that if I do this, my feet are in the same position. So I'm going to be taking my feet and rotating them. They're going to be flat on the ground like that. And then as I slide my legs wide, there we go. My feet are turned out. Already I feel a good pinch in my hip flexors. So I'm going to slowly relax in, and as my nervous system calms down, I'll be able to go deeper. This one I'm gonna time. Alexa, 5-minute timer. When I started doing this pose, I thought it was about getting your knees wider, and certainly that's part of the pose. And this is a nice stretch. In fact, this is probably too wide for what I really want to be doing, but let's see. See if I can get into this. Ooh, man. So I'm getting a little bit tired. What I'm gonna do. Gives me a little bit of support, but I guarantee you, they've still got a really good stretch going on. Alexa, stop. Yeah, that was 5 minutes. I'm going a little bit longer 'cause I've got something going on right now. Good stretch here, and I don't want to stop it. I can feel it. So as you do this, even though I'm talking and I'm going to probably knock myself out of it, you can feel your muscles starting to slowly give. Sometimes it feels like fabric pulling apart, but this is just a smooth transition, smooth opening. I can feel it going on. Okay, I think that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's enough. Okay, now. Oh, yes, thanks. Okay, that was pretty intense, actually. I know I'm not moving, doesn't look like anything's going on, but trust me, something's going on. Okay, well, it's a little bit late. I should be stopping, but I want to do one more thing. Wait, actually, I'm gonna want this. Am I being optimistic? Hmm, probably a mosquito bite. Yeah, I keep trying different ways to get into this. This is really awkward too. That's not gonna work here. Let's do this. Ah, yeah. Are you gonna help me, Chesh? Come here, come here, hey, come here. You're fine. Here, let's switch hands. You might think I'm petting the kitty, but what I'm really doing is delaying what's going to happen soon. Okay. Man, mine are not teal though. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit crazy here. And I'm going to be right. Where is it? There it is. Right back. Oh, I'm going to regret doing this, but I think it'll be worth it. I'm going to use my little cheat. Okay. Even that little amount of time was getting pretty good. I regret doing that. Okay. Yeah, that probably was a mistake, but I've already done it, so I'm going to go ahead and commit. Oh no, no, you know what? I need to go to bed. Good night. That's enough.